Hey, it's Beck, and this is the Ella Bella Paraffin Wax Machine. It's one of my favorite things for self-care, just having a chill, relaxing night at home. So I'm going to show you some of the pros, cons, and tips and tricks that I've learned about this machine. So let's talk about what it comes with really quick. You get the machine. It comes with 4 1-pound packages of paraffin wax that are infused with lavender essential oil. For me, that was a big pro, but if you don't want that scent, you might want to order paraffin wax that is unscented. Both work, or if you want to add your own essential oils, that's also great. It comes with plastic mitts as well as plastic booties to put on over the wax, and then as well as terry cloth little mittens and booties that you can put on over the plastic to make sure that you trap that heat in. It is so warm, so soothing. I love it. If my hands are achy or if my hands are really dry, it always just feels incredible. Setup is super easy. You just put all 4 melts in, turn it on. I think the automatic setting is like 127, but you can put it higher or lower based on your preference. Obviously, if it's hotter, it'll melt faster, and if it's lower, it'll melt slower. But I feel like the first time when I put the 4 bricks in and there was that space between the bricks, it took about 45 minutes for it all to melt down, and then closer to 30 once they had been melted previously. So not too long, just takes a little bit of planning before you use it. You can either, it has an interactive screen on front where you can turn it on, increase or decrease the temperature. Also, if you hold down the power button, it will go to a timer function. What the timer function is, instead of setting the temperature, you say like, oh, I want it to melt the wax in 30 minutes. And then it will heat up the machine to get the wax melted within that time. So that could mean the wax a little bit hotter, which is why it's important to test out the wax before you just dip your hand in there. But both those functions are good. I usually just set the temp and let it take however long it's going to take, but that's preference based. Let's talk some cons. Cons would be the cord length, I think. So the cord is about 3.5 feet long, so you have to be pretty close to a wall or outlet to use it, which isn't a big deal, but I'm a little short on outlets, so I wish the cord was a little bit longer. Another con would be the cover. So I have a love-hate relationship with the cover. I love it because it makes the heat stay in, helps it to melt faster. Also, I have 2 dogs, so I don't want dog hair flying in there. But the con is if you tip it, sometimes it goes into the machine. It's happened to me once or twice, and it was a bit of a bummer to clean, but it still serves its function. I've already tested this wax out, and I thought it was really good. So when you're ready to use the machine, all you do is you dip your hand in, and it says about 8 times, and you just kind of let it dry in between dunks. And then after you have the amount of wax that you want, you put on a glove, little plastic glove, followed by the mitt, and it will hold that heat in there. I leave them on for like 15 minutes, and when it's done, my hands feel incredible. I love how soothing it is. I love that my hands look so young and fresh when it's over. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's also just really fun to make your hand look like you belong in the wax museum. My kids are obsessed with it. They always want to do it whenever they have sleepovers and everything. They're like, can we do the wax machine? Speaking of which, so if it's just you using the machine, it's probably good to just go ahead and pull the wax off and put it in. But if you are sharing the machine, I usually then, if I have someone else using the machine, after they're done with the wax, they peel it off and then just go ahead and throw it away, which will make you go through wax a little bit faster, but dealer's choice, I guess, and what you choose to do with that. But I really love the machine. I love how soothing it is. I love how fun it is. I love how it makes my hands look. And it's also super rewarding to let it harden and peel off the whole glove. It's just fun. I hope you love it as much as I do.